Welcome to Design Downtime, the podcast where we celebrate the joys of living a balanced creative life. I'm your host, Guy Siegel, a design director in Toronto, Canada, and I invite you to join me on this journey as we redefine what it means to be a successful design professional. Let's break free from the shackles of hustle culture and embrace the full spectrum of human experience because life is too precious to be spent only in pursuit of productivity. Today, I'm excited to be talking with Ermi Mendoza-Isais. Ermi is a design leader with over 20 years of experience, 15 years in visual design, branding, studio management, and 7+ years in UX/UI design. Ermi has been working with agencies, corporates, fintech, and small startups and has managed a freelance business. She's built design teams from the ground up and established cross-team collaboration processes to help companies with low UX maturity digitally transform and elevate their products and services. Ermi's also an active mentor in the global design community ADP list, where she shares career advice and EQ skills not taught in UX bootcamps. She is a keynote speaker and is regularly invited to speak on design panels and podcasts to share valuable insights through her diverse journey to help inspire designers to thrive in their careers. When Ermi's not designing, she challenges herself in her fitness journey, an experience that has been life-changing and helped her develop a fit-for-life mindset. Ermi, welcome to the show.
Hi, Guy. Very happy to be here. Thanks for inviting me.
The pleasure is all mine. This is the first time I'm interviewing someone from Down Under.
Yay, I'm representing Australia. Very proud.
All of Australia is counting on you right now.
Yes. There's no pressure at all.
As you mentioned in your bio, you are going to talk to us today about fitness.
I love fitness. Now, I've been designing for 20 years, so trying to explore activities that are completely opposite to fitness is a wonderful break for my mind, my body, and it's just a whole experiential thing to do. And actually, I've probably been working out and exercising as long as I've been a designer. So it's something that I do have experience in, but, not as a professional. And it has just improved so many areas of my life. I'm actually so passionate about fitness. I'm currently doing a fitness instructor course.
Okay. So we're definitely going to get there.
Okay.
Let's start. Yeah. No, that's fine. Let's start a bit earlier. So
yes.
You said you were looking for something that is the opposite of design.
Yes.
How is fitness getting there?
Fitness was purely just a hobby. It started off as something I felt like I had to do because during high school you have, PE, physical education class. And, the local gym just happened to be a 15-minute walk from my house. It was something to do just to fill time. So it wasn't a passion at the time. It was something like, oh, I should be healthy. I should do this. And it wasn't really much of a passion back then. It was like, eating, sleeping, exercise, go to uni, go to the gym. It was probably only until recently that I just felt like I hit a plateau in my fitness journey. It was probably before COVID, actually. And I felt like I was just doing the same gym classes and being originally very quiet and shy. I didn't really socialize at the gym. So I actually didn't talk to anyone at the gym. I didn't say hello to anyone at the gym. I didn't connect with anyone. I just went in autopilot, went to the gym, did my workout, did my class, went home. So it wasn't much of an experience. And in previous talks that I've done, I talk about how I'm on this transformation from shy to confident journey. And it just happened parallel to that, where as I was becoming more confident, I started to open up at the gym simple things like smiling at someone or saying hello, which, if you're very shy, that's very much outside of your comfort zone to say hello to people because social environments can be full of pressure. And so I feel like, after 10 years of not speaking to anyone, to suddenly start opening up, making connections, making friends at the gym, doing classes with people, and then also hearing about their story, going, oh, have you done this race? Oh, let's do City to Surf together, which is actually a very popular race in Sydney. It's an annual race where 80,000 people run from the city to the famous Bondi Beach, 14 kilometers.
That is something that happens. Like, is it an annual?
It's an annual fundraising charity event. People run for fun. They pay probably an $80 Australian dollar ticket. You wear a bib. You can do it for fitness. You can do it for social. People dress up in costumes. You've got people in wheelchairs. People are 100 years old. Mums groups, work groups. 80,000 people attend this race. So I was looking for ways to connect. That was one way I could really experience and enjoy fitness more, which is connection. Or even just the motivation of not doing the same old thing, but what else can I do in my fitness journey? Like, I didn't even think of it as a fitness journey. I thought, I'm getting really bored. As a designer, who's been designing for 20 years, I was exercising for 10 years and I was just doing the same thing for 10 years. So just natural as human beings, I just wanted something more. So I started to enter a race. Yes.
I want to pause on something that
Yeah.
you sort of casually throw out there, but I don't think it's as common as you may think. You're saying, "Oh, I'm doing the same thing in fitness for 10 years."
Yes.
That is not I know a lot of people who really struggle, myself included, with maintaining that, going to the gym over, let's say, a year. And you've been doing it for years and years and years. How is that something that was always easy for you to sort of, you said, I'm going to the gym, and then you do it for 10 years?
I feel like it was just autopilot. So, when you create habits, you don't think about it.
Mm-hmm.
So that's how I treated fitness. And actually, I'm glad you asked that question because I'm not like this anymore. But I do feel like my motivation for the gym was to burn calories from eating badly and eating McDonald's and all this stuff. So it was more of like self-sabotaging my fitness during the week and then feeling guilty. That used to be my motivation. So I partied during the weekend and then worked out during the week. So that was my lifestyle.
Yeah. So guilt was driving you to go to the gym.
It was like guilt exercising. And then, like some people who experience transformation journeys, when you just reach that point, you feel like there should be something more to this than just paying a monthly gym fee, working out, doing the same thing. I feel like I should be getting something more out of this. What else can I do? Do you know what I mean?
Did that drive you to start talking to people, to be more social at the gym?
Coincidentally, and luckily, my husband is a passionate and fitness enthusiast. So I feel like at that time, both of us were sort of exploring options that were different to our day job. And so I actually tried to do a makeup course thinking, I'm going to be inspired with more creativity. I have a fine art background in portraiture and charcoal. And I thought, okay, I want to break from the screen. Maybe I'll become a makeup artist. And actually did an 10-week makeup course with Napoleon Curtis. And as you do when you try, you test, fail. I tried a stint of being a makeup artist, realized I don't love it. And that just happens to be a skill I have in my back pocket that I probably will never use again. So I was exploring. Well, what about fitness? There has to be something more than just lifting dumbbells and saying hi to people. And my husband, he's probably my biggest motivator. He inspired me to, I guess, challenge my fitness, because I feel like I was working out at what some people might call just a moderate level, an hour class here and there, and not really straining much. And he encouraged me to join a calisthenics gym class, which, if you know about calisthenics, all upper body, chin-ups, pull-ups. A lot of athletes will do this. It's very strict. And I just wanted to challenge myself mentally and physically. So in joining this calisthenics class, I realized I was doing these skills that suited these obstacle course races, like going on a monkey bar, going through obstacle courses, and I wanted something more exciting. And I saw I was getting FOMO. My husband was entering all these races. Like, I'm not sure if you heard about Tough Mudder or
Yes.
Spartan. So my husband had already done 10 of these. And I didn't understand. I said, why would you put yourself through that? You're army crawling through mud. You are potentially injuring yourself with a group of friends. It's painful. It's really hard. It's challenging, and it's very scary. Why would you do that? My husband kept doing it. I saw that he had the best time training, having fun on race day, and then looking for the next race. And I just went, that's it. I'm going to give it a go. Tell me when the next race is. Yes.
Let's talk more about this, because it's fascinating to me. Which type of race did you sign up for? Was it Tough Mudder? Was it Spartan?
The first race, I don't think it's international. It might just be Australian, called True Grit. So it's army-inspired obstacle course, similar to Spartan. I've only done Spartan once, but I can say in comparison, in terms of level of difficulty, I would say True Grit is like a 7 out of 10, and Spartan is an 11 out of 10. So it's army-inspired obstacles. There's probably around 25 to 30 obstacles. You have a 5-kilometer option or a 10-kilometer option. And to train for it, it's actually quite difficult because gyms don't have a cargo net. Many gyms don't have a rope that you can practice climbing on. There's a lot of things that require upper body strength, like climbing or rock climbing, pulling a rope, jumping over walls, that gyms don't have. So another thing my husband introduced me to was this obstacle course place that is built and set up so you can specifically train for Spartan. They have a rope there. So this lovely couple, they're experts in training. They've probably done 100 races in their lifetime. And they use their block of land to build obstacles that match what is on the Spartan obstacle course race. So people will pay them a fee, train on their land. They get to use train on the obstacles. So at least that is a real simulation of what they'll experience on the day. So and as you can imagine, in terms of adrenaline, that sense of achievement, that dopamine hit, it's very addictive.
I bet. So
yeah,
you train for True Grit, and then the day comes. Tell me about that first time.
Well, before the day comes, I will say I probably trained for 3 months. Training at the gym, doing upper body strength, attending calisthenics classes, and attending that obstacle course place. And just so I at least had a preview of what the day would entail. Probably the week off, I couldn't sleep. So being a perfectionist, introvert, shy, outside of my comfort zone, I said, is there going to be a canyon that I need to jump across? And there's a flying fox. And I just had no idea. I was thinking about the scariest things possible. And my husband, who is just so chilled, I'm quite passionate and fiery sometimes, and he's so laid back. He's like, no, you've got this. You'll be fine. So he was too reassuring. I felt like you have too much confidence in me. The day of, nervous, I was just completely led by my husband. I just felt safe and assured. We did a quick warm up. You run to, you get ready. You're at the start line. There's crowds of people. There's tents. There's merchandise. You do a bag drop off. There's a hillside. You can see the courses, like each station. You can see volunteers. There's an atmosphere, big speakers blaring. Like, it's really an amazing atmosphere. And you just see all these competitors, they blow a horn, and then each wave, because, it's not just one race, you have different waves. So, we went in the 8 a.m. wave. There's an 8:30 wave. So just groups of people just to manage people traffic. And as soon as the horn goes, steady jog, up to, the first cargo net, my heart is pounding. I climb over. I realize I'm scared of heights. I quickly, safely go down the cargo net. Tick. I've reached my PB, my personal best. And then after that, I just assure myself whatever I do from here is my best. And I'll just give everything a go. The second obstacle course race was an army crawl underneath barbed wire. The rookie that I am didn't really army crawl properly, and I actually nipped a hole in my pants. So I ran the whole way with a hole in my pants. And my husband just went, oh, you needed to put your butt down. I was like, oh. But I tried not to let it affect me. Everyone's covered in mud anyway. It's not something that you need to look presentable for. People's shirts are ripped. People have bruises and gashes. But it's sort of all part of the fun. And I had no idea that doing an obstacle course race that's army inspired would actually contribute to this whole confidence, transformational feeling and mindset. Because my husband, who I feel like he's a bit of an old soul, he's quite wise. He pretty much, the reason why he does these courses, what his motivation is, he said, because I was like, if a perfectionist that I am, I wanted to be prepared for every 30 of the obstacles. He said, all you can do is prepare as much as you can. I can't tell you specifically exactly a list of everything you need to do and don't do. All you can do is train, certain parts of your body, form, technique. But on the day, sometimes they have new obstacle courses. The best thing you can do is, like he said, it's like life. You are met with these obstacles. You might prepare for it, but until you're met with that obstacle, you just, approach it with, confidence, or you figure out what to do on the spot. And if you fail, that's fine. Like, he kind of treated these obstacles like life. And I was just like, oh, my mind is blown. He said, you can't really prepare. You cannot prepare. There's adrenaline, there's fear, then you're outside of your comfort zone, you're uncomfortable. And then as soon as you get through it, that confidence builds like momentum, and you just keep building, keep achieving, keep experimenting. And then, like my husband, he's opposite to me. I'm very prepared and organized. He's like, just wing it. He taught me how to wing it, how to just have this, take it as it is, go with the flow. And it made me enjoy the race so much more.
What I really like about sort of physical, proving things physically, is that your brain can't cheat you out of your
Yeah.
achievement. Whereas
Yeah.
there's no imposter syndrome here, because you either did it or not. It's all you. There's no way to say, oh, you know what, I did it, but it wasn't really me. No, it is 100% you and your drive and your physical abilities. And a lot of it is your brain pushing yourself psychologically. And I think that is very, very powerful, because no one can take it away from you.
Yes. And actually, in terms of doing these courses, these obstacle courses, my mindset changed. I didn't expect that. I just thought, oh, this is a physical thing. I'm going to get stronger. That's it. I didn't realize my mindset in approaching challenges in life or things that I'm uncomfortable with. I didn't realize it was going to make me more confident.
Mm-hmm.
And so, and as I mentioned, there's an addictive nature to it, which I embrace fully to go, when's my next race? What else can I do? What new thing can I try? Which group can I join? Like, it just keeps building and expanding.
So that's a great question. What are your races or feats of fitness that you have yet to conquer?
Well, in the spirit of, my husband's mindset about going with the flow, because I feel like, since uni, I just went, I'm going to be a designer for the rest of my life. In the spirit of going with the flow and see what feels organic. I am a huge, actually, side note, I'm a huge fan of, listening to and watching inspirational videos from certain entrepreneurs. And there's this talk that I think both Oprah and Steven Spielberg, they mention a similar idea about when you hear a little whisper, when something nudges you and like it's in your ear, that's like as a whisper. And if you keep ignoring it, it gets louder and louder and louder. And it's like the fate, I'm a Marvel fan, Marvel Universe. The fate of the universe is telling you that maybe this is your path. So in my 20 years of working out at the gym, doing fitness classes, including pump, which is like a weightlifting class to music. And there's an instructor on stage. There's 40 to 60 people in the room. We're all lifting a bar and weights together to music. And the past couple of years, I've had gym managers approaching me. Have you ever considered being a fitness instructor? You have really great form. And then even like my presence. And it was just something I at first dismissed completely. I said, no, I'm a designer. And then I went to another gym and I just thought, oh, they're just being nice because they know me and we're friends. And then she saw my face actually and said, no. I think she saw that I had like a dismissive look on my face. No, I'm really specific when it comes to technique and you have excellent form. I said, oh, okay, thank you. But I just, took it on. I told my husband, I was like, oh, no. But didn't really think about it again. I visited another gym, as I do. I'm always exploring new places. That gym manager had never met me. Said, have you considered being a fitness instructor? I said, no, but another gym manager did approach me. More recently, a third gym manager asked me, And then just so I could, get some sort of consensus, I asked people at the gym members, gathering feedback. What do one of the gym managers asked me, invited me to be instructor. And I expected them to, scoff at it. And they went, "You thought you're really great. I always look at you, you inspire me." And I went, and as a mentor, I look to inspire people. Like, I just think one person, just in their presence or how they carry themselves can really inspire people. And I thought, how amazing would it be to do something that I thoroughly enjoy, that has a full 360 thing that helps me grow in my mindset and my body, to music. I love music. And that I could get to connect with people and possibly be paid for it. And I thought,
yeah, why not?
Why not? At 45 years old, having a career not in fitness for 20 years, why not do a fitness instructor course? Why not?
That must be so reassuring to hear that, how you started, as you said, going, out of inertia, or kind of like building a habit of going to the gym.
Yes.
And then being introduced to these races and coming a bit out of your shell and finding those social connections with people in the gym and getting to this point where you are now kind of like seen as, oh, you can actually lead this. You can actually inspire others. That must be a wonderful feeling.
It's honestly, I feel slightly overwhelmed with joy. I can't even describe it. Like, I feel a little bit emotional right now.
Looking at, younger Ermi just starting, going to the gym, having no idea what the future holds, what would you tell her?
I would tell her, a lot of people will say, "Oh, what'd you tell your younger self?" And I am a firm believer of everything happens for a reason. I feel like anything that I have, failed and tried and failed is meant to happen. And so I feel like my present Ermi would not be where I am today had I not gone through 10 years of plateau. With being bored in a certain, career. It has to happen that way for me to be my present self now. So hopefully my younger self would find it reassuring to say, you are going to experience so many things that will challenge you, that are unexpected. But at the end of the day, go with it. Go with your gut. Go with your heart and your mind. You have no idea where life is going to take you. So just go for it. And be brave. Like, honestly, all of these things that I tried, I feel like I've developed a habit of trying new things, and I don't realize a lot of people are scared of trying new things because it's that fear of failure. Whereas because I've come to try new things and not be too fussed about failure, I actually view failure as lesson. I go, if I don't do well in this fitness course I'm doing, I go, well, that was a great experience. So that was a lesson. Or if, I didn't complete that obstacle, I go, well, that teaches me I need to train more. Like, I'm not going to beat myself up over it. So that's why this fear of failure, it just keeps disappearing. Even when I do talks, or if I stutter or, say the wrong thing and go, well, I'm building my experience in talking, in podcasts, in webinars, or in person. So that's why I just go for it and go, no, I'm not fussed about mistakes anymore.
That's wonderful advice.
Thank you. It just releases my inhibitions. Like this feeling of being embarrassed is what crippled me when I was shy or being self-conscious, which I am a little bit sometimes. But then there's this side of me that laughs at myself when I stuff up and I go, well, that makes me human. So I embrace it.
Ermi, where can people find you?
They can find me on LinkedIn, on Instagram. I do have a couple of accounts. So one is design specific and one is fitness specific.
Wonderful. Thank you so much for joining us today. It's been riveting.
Thank you. I didn't expect this to be such a wonderful experience. You are so great at asking really insightful questions that really make me think. So I really, really appreciate that. Thank you.
This is all for this episode of Design Downtime. Thank you for joining me. And until next time, I hope you enjoy your downtime.